So it is an election season and also the IPL season, and all that we can say is that the advertising continues to become expensive and fragmented. You all know that better than me. And so I'll come to the investments at a little while later. So the important investment is in the manufacturing, R&D. The third big head is advertising. And the distribution network continues to expand, and you do have the brand stores as well. That it is more than 200 now. We will continue to invest in that. And most importantly, the e-commerce platform and what is known as owing is expected to grow, and it is gaining traction. At some point of time, the way in which the dealers will be able to market electronically also should be happening. So we are the first brand to be present in that Government of India's ONDC platform, or the Open Network Digital Commerce as well. And I mentioned to you about these expansion plans, and our investments in advertising is going to be around 40 crores this financial year. We expect the market for the summer season to be at least 20% growth despite the elections, where the market at some parts slows down during the elections. And our goal, what we have prepared for, is around 25% growth. The weather forecast says that due to El Nino effect, it is going to be a harsh summer, it says, but weather is weather. We have to play. Only good thing is that because the supply chain is largely local, we can manage the inventories in case there are rain somewhere, some parts doesn't. But last year was a summer washout year. But despite that, eventually the market has grown. And we would expect the full year growth to be at least 15%. I told you summer 20, we expect to grow by 25. Full year it should be 15, we expect to grow by 20. We had promised that we are aspired to become a 15% market share holder by FY25. That goal remains unaltered now. We have to see equally is the fact that every competitor will also aspire to grow. With that, I would open it up for any, yeah. So there is a special offer for the 80th anniversary. It's about making it exciting for the consumers who visit the showroom. What the dealers are excited about it, like it's a 80 months warranty, 2080 fixed EMI, and pay only 80 and take home a AC, and 80 per day EMI schemes and cashback offers, so on and so forth. That's from Blue Star, and you do have the customer service investments happening. Our goal is to become number one in customer service. That we are recognized as one of the good service providers, but huge investments are taking place in the IT infrastructure and the physical infrastructure and the capacity building here. Because in the long run, we believe it is the customer service which will differentiate us. So you can ask questions about the room air conditioners, CCTV plant, or market, Blue Star, anything that you would like to, between Sashi, Hari, myself, and Girish. We will answer any of the questions. Yes, sir.
Sir, at 29,000 plus, you offer the lowest price in that segment? That's boost.
As there may be, because the other companies will start launching the products. Somebody could be.
No, that's the point. 8 tons. 8,
Exactly.
yeah,
0.8 tons. So
yeah,
that's
the starting price for your product is 29,000. So on this capacity, what's the current capacity utilization level? Are you running at full capacity in both the plants, both at Sri City and HP?
Close to, we crossed around, we will cross, that's a hope, that 1 million units this year, that's going to be a landmark. And 6 lakh units came from Himachal plant, and 3 lakhs, which was the full installed capacity of Sri City, came, and 1 lakh is bought out, that window air conditioners. Next year our capacity here will be 6, and Himachal will remain 6. It is frozen there, we can't do more. And plus we will be buying out window air conditioners. So between 12 to 13 lakh units we will try to sell next year. So it is running tight as of now.
So
There is no headroom for.
okay, then when will you take the call and run
No,
it?
it is planned already. Every year, keep on doing 3 lakh, 3 lakh, 3 lakh in modular way till 1.2 million. So that is going on smoothly. In fact, equipment is ordered, construction designs are the same. So it will go on, no problem. And if you recollect, we raised through QIP 1,000 crores, first time in the history of Blue Star. That is basically meant for manufacturing capacity expansion, R&D, and digitalization initiatives.
So what's the current mix among the 3 categories? Affordable, premium and flagships. Which is the largest one?
Hari?
Yes. Actually, the flagship has been introduced recently. We say flagship is around, let's say, close to 10%. Affordable is touched 40%. We had started making inroads for the last 2 years. So 40 and 50 and 10, it is like this. Premium is around 10. You know, Blue Star is known as a premium brand. There we have a natural strength. And affordable is where we have made a good progress last 2 years. So we'll be also building on to flagship.
Just
Going
one
forward.
question, sir. In terms of star labeling, which categories? I believe 3-star is the major chunk. Is the same trend continues, or do you see migration towards 5-star and other higher star categories?
It continues to be 3-star, and in fact our apprehension is even 2-star may pick. See, it is not that the Indian consumers are averse to 5-star. It is a question of price, what they want to pay. And interestingly, I must share this also because the bilateral agencies in the media keeps talking about it. India is not consuming more 5-stars, and they also allege the manufacturers, you all should push 5-star and make it happen like that. The first point I mentioned to you, whether it is 3-star, whether it is 2-star, whether it is 5-star or 4-star, India is the highest energy efficiency products are here in India. Okay. Now, when you say people are not buying 5-star, this 5-star will become 3-star next time, right? What is being sold as 3-star was 5-star only in June, correct? So therefore, that 3-star is higher than what is the 5-star in many countries. So therefore, we should not worry. And the Indian consumer is buying his very first air conditioner. Indian consumer is conscious of energy consumption. He uses it only during summer season. He is using it for, Girish mentioned about a particular thing. They were getting up in the night to switch it off. Now we have incorporated it. It will switch off on its own. Why? Indian consumer doesn't want to unnecessarily feel cold or waste electricity. He is consuming that 2, 3, 4, 5 hours even in peak summer. And he is paying 28% GST. Now, if you look at it, strange, the Germany or Netherlands and UK, they all want subsidy to switch over to energy efficient product. The heat pump controversy, you will be see Germany withdrew the legislation only. So Indian consumer is quietly accepting 28%. Any consumer asked, why don't you reduce the GST? They didn't. Any consumer raised, why are you changing energy label often? They didn't. And I'm saying this for bilateral agencies who complain about Indian consumer not buying Five-star. They are much more committed to sustainability than anyone else, is my view.
So in Chennai,
uh, 1 million, 10 lakh.
Saturation point. So,
I'm just coming to that. He had one follow-up question. I'm coming to deep freezer.
sir, when we met at the Sri City, you talked about the advantages you will gain through in terms of logistics cost and everything. What kind of advantages have you got, and as it actually, could you on the product side or the margin side, has it had an impact on those products or margins, or in terms of higher efficiency? How is that?
So there are many moving parts there. So the answer is 100% yes. In terms of, first point is outbound logistics, where the material has to move out as a finished goods. Inbound, there had been, if you recollect, when we began the factory, there was already products and components in the pipeline that has been coming. It is improving inbound for the simple reason, if the freight rates to a destination like now Shiva port is distinctly different from Chennai port or Krishnapatnam port. Okay, because it is based on because we are not running the full ship, there is a part of it. Now, there again, there are savings beginning to accrue. Next year it will be significant. Inventory holding period. Himachal plant, when it dispatches, if it is to come to, let us say, Satya in Chennai, you are blocking around 8-9 days of inventory, which is today less than 24 hours. So there is an inventory holding cost in terms of working capital. The labor costs are higher than that of Himachal. But we would feel that that's dependent on the geography, cost of living, etc. That's perfectly fine. On the whole, our product, I'm not saying our profit would have gone up by this much. Our costs could have been last year somewhere around 3 to 4% lower net. In a steady state, that's what will happen. But we had our own learning curves, right? The training, attrition, a washout summer, then you have to be slowing down your production there and all. So that's why. So indeed, CCT as a location provides that advantage. And when the volume builds up, it will be much more competitive than our existing factories. Yeah. This press conference is paid by Hari and team, which is not a deep freezer team. Anyway, no problem.
sir, you said this year you will be selling 10 lakh units, and next year 12 to 13. But at the same time, you said Sri City will be adding 3 lakh units. So there's a difference of 1 lakh, and you said you are also going to outsource more. How is it going to happen?
So look at it. It is 1 million units, 10 lakh. So 3 lakh, 6 lakhs comes from here. And so this year 3 lakh plus 6, 9 plus 1 bought out, 1 million. Correct? Next year this will be 6. Himachal will be 6, 12. 1 will be bought out. It is 30. So 3 lakhs every year we will be expanding.
You said you are also going to invest in marketing and R&D. How much is going for the next year, and how much has been done?
So 40 crores is the advertising expenses for the summer season, and R&D for this particular brand, there is arithmetically it is difficult to work out because some of the expenses cut across many product categories. If we do a theoretical apportioning of the cost, last year was 22 crores. In the coming year, it is going to be 35 crores. And full year advertising spend, assuming that we will meet the targets, it is at 60 crores. 40 crore summer season, 60 crore full, and the manufacturing, you are aware that it's in the order of around, for every 3 lakh unit, 150 to 250 crores we will end up investing.
So you said you have.
So deep freezer I'll answer. Yeah.
You said you will also be concentrating on tier 2, 3 and 4. Right? What kind of numbers you have for the cities and what is the condition?
You see, before coming to this meeting we were discussing, the question is, you have to gain market share. Beyond a point, it becomes very difficult to go up the market share, right? Because nobody is going to vacate and wait for Blue Star to come in there. So the penetration in tier 3, 4, 5, our expectation is it will move on. If in 3 year time, that if I were to stand here and speak in 2027, I think 70% of the market for air conditioners will be tier 3, 4, 5. That's what is happening in many categories. So it is natural for the simple reason cities always would have already got a higher penetration. That's the reason.
Government is introducing solar panels for houses. Will government is introducing solar panel for houses.
I'll come to that, sir. Deep freezer I'll answer. So I mentioned that deep freezer. So the complete commercial we are not into refrigerators for homes. So we are a player we focus on water coolers or bottled water dispenser, deep freezers, cold rooms, and that's our lineup. And even the VC coolers and the retail refrigeration. The largest category within that is the deep freezer, where we are the market leaders and we have been doing well. It grows at 25% every year. And also what has happened is the deep freezer is a box and it is relatively a simple product, which was not into many things like energy labeling, which was not into inverter digital technologies. Few things have happened. There is an energy label that has been brought in, so it is good for players like us. Second is, the imports are banned due to a non-tariff barrier. So from China, somebody will not be able to bring it and put the label and sell. In the process, we have done well. So this Vada deep freezer factory, which was inaugurated last year, which is supposed to do 2,50,000, next year itself we will reach 2,50,000. And which means we have to think about commencing a construction of a factory in the next year to meet the year after need. And in deep freezers also now inverter is coming in, so it will further benefit us.
So the new facility will come up in Vada itself, or you are looking at?
Nothing has been decided yet. There are advantages and disadvantages of number of things. Unlike room air conditioner, the deep freezer market size is larger in the north. We do not produce that there. Unlike room air conditioner, deep freezer is the logistics expense is huge, like the packaging and transportation put together is some 14% of the product cost because it is voluminous. It may be CCT, it may be North, we don't know as of now.
One last question, sir. So you introduced something called a walk-in chiller for QSRs, that is quick service restaurants. So how is the market doing on that variance?
Extremely well, it is growing at around 30%. It is nothing but a smaller cold room. It is a large refrigerator in which you can walk in and walk out, positive and negative temperatures. So it is, big segments are the retail stores, back end. Big segment is the fast food restaurant chains. Yeah. Most of them are our customers.
Solar panels, will it have any impact on your sales, sir? Because government is focusing on solar panels for houses.
So far, commercially viable is not. So we had interacted with IIT at some point of time, IIT Madras. Commercially viable solar air conditioning is
Not solar air conditioning, solar panel for houses.
so we are not into. I think it is doing extremely well. It has become highly affordable, and if you look at it, any factory now, solar is much more advantageous not only for the operating costs in order to make yourself sustainable. So it is that India's goal of 50% through renewable is going to largely happen through solar. It's a big change that has happened. And by the way, in commercial refrigeration, where the cold chain is supposed to happen at the farm end, solar is likely to become viable.
Solar.
There is any deadline for this 80th year anniversary offers?
Yes, there is a deadline. It ends on 30th April because we have kept it for 80 days starting from February.
What kind of benefits customers will get?
Like you have seen, a lot of benefits. It's a it's an array of benefits. It starts from an easy installment offer. Customer can pay simply 80 rupees and own an air conditioner, or 80 rupees per day. That is to 2,400 per month. Very easy options. Installation charges are 1,500 plus tax. We are only going to charge 680 rupees plus tax. And very importantly, interest is first 80 months warranty, which is actually costing 15,000 rupees if you have to go for an EMC and all that. So we have like that cashback offers on credit card, on debit cards, UPI payments also we are giving cashback. All will end by 30th April.
Sir, you mentioned that the demand is coming from the non-metros. So, but there are a lot of discussions about the divide between the rural and urban consumption. So, do you see that impact any difference in the AC? And can you give us about the caps for manufacturing capacity expansion in the FY25?
Yeah, so last one first. As I told you, 3 lakh units for this business has to. So we need to look at investing for the next 3 lakhs. Once suppose summer is over, we will start so that next year we are comfortable with that capacity. And each of the modules, it is between 150 to 200 crores. But we have to take a decision on a few other parameters. How much of whether we will start doing some more backward integration, and whether we want to construct a building for a larger capacity. So the ballpark figure is 150 to 200 crores. And we will also avoid some more post the elections when the government comes in. And you might have seen one press article which came in the month of February about the government's intention to look at a new scheme of affordable, sustainable air conditioners. It is likely that some schemes are being announced by the government. So that's about it. Now your question is rural, urban divide. I won't use the language divide. The debate that you read in the media is whether the rural consumption has slowed down, whether it has come back. So you have been seeing FMCG companies talking about there is a complete degrowth. You will be seeing some other announcement. The government rural economy is doing well. So it depends on the category. My understanding is, I am not an expert. Rural economy is growing. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Okay, whether it is translating into my quarterly results depends on which business I am in. Next is, it is very clearly known, rural economy in India is connected with the monsoon performance and agricultural production. So that clearly is one indicator. Now, when we all talk about growth, we are talking about growth over last year. If by chance I have done extremely well and in the previous year, the growth next year is going to be. But the thing is that rural consumption is going to grow. The market is going to be there. There is absolutely no doubt about it at all. Now, when we say rural, in our case, it is not some village with. We are talking about a tier 3, 4, 5 town. The indicator is as follows. The indicator is that the dealers who are spread. That if you are looking at it, those dealers are selling larger volumes than many of the city dealers. And in an award function, you will see dealers from some Mayiladurai, some Kadalur and all winning the awards. And it is very clearly the market is growing there. And I have stated here a number of times, also when a son or daughter is here in the city, they are buying air conditioners for their parents. And I think in India, most people buy the products for their parents or family than themselves. That's the fact.
So the 200 crores you mentioned is for whole across two plants or for a single.
So we are not. In Himachal, we are only upgrading. There is no capacity. Major is CCT.
Okay.
For Blue Star, CCT will become the largest manufacturing unit. If you fast forward to 2030, the southern region will be the biggest operation for us because there is 40 more acres to be constructed.
So and another question is that about your expanding your international footprints.
Yeah.
For example, like deep freezers as well as in the commercial applications. So is there any R&D going on? What's your progress in that front?
Only R&D is going on on the lighter side for the simple reason. It is useful to say this. So what is our interest there? We are not selling the run-of-the-mill product there. It is impossible to go and sell normal air conditioners in US or Europe. It is not. The US and Europe never migrated to inverter-based air conditioning systems or heat pumps using air conditioning technology. And their energy labeling was not an issue at all because A, they were not growing, B, they are large economy and they lagged behind. Real revolution in energy efficiency, variable refrigerant flow, digital technologies happened in Japan, Korea, China, India. Again in India, Blue Star had to do this for a different reason altogether. A, we are only an air conditioning company, we are not into refrigerator, television, etc. Our bread and butter is air conditioner refrigeration. Now we have to compete against Japanese, we have to compete against Koreans, so therefore we started this of employing Japanese and having connections with the Japanese universities and research institutions, developed this technology. So if Europe or US wants this technology, it has to come from East. Okay? We felt that we should not get into refrigerator washing machine in India, rather focus on air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, take this to the West. So when you want to take it there, you will not be able to sell the same product because their energy efficiency, sustainability, fire and other regulations are distinctly different. You have to design a product. Next, we decided that we will not launch a Blue Star brand there, which will be very expensive. We will make for the international global brands. So therefore, these are to be the design you have to develop, test the prototypes, and then begin to market. We do have such trial orders from Europe and US. So we have made those products, and they have been successfully tested. We have to convert that into regular product, which means there are tooling, manufacturing, all that are going on. Now, in the meanwhile, as you may be aware, US and European markets have slowed down in this adoption. So we are in the right direction. So we will be one of the players from the East who can offer what Americas or Europe wants. That's where we are.
Can you give any timeline for this?
But our ambition had been, we wanted to do in rupees crores, we wanted to do close to around 1,000 crores of business by FY25. But I think it will take some more time, knowing the time US and Europe are taking to adapt. See, in Europe, for example, they heat the rooms with gas. It is a gas, water heated, goes through a radiator, that's how it is. Now they have to simply install a air conditioner equivalent to heat. This migration, what I told you, they want the subsidy. So they are saying that why I should spend if Russia is fighting with Ukraine. Some kind of lobby is going on. They are not ready to adapt with their own money. So the governments are trying to introduce scheme. But it will happen in inefficient ways. Similarly, water with which you take bath, the water produced through air conditioning system is cheaper than using what you call as the geyser. It is most energy efficient. So that is called the air to water heating system. Heating the room is called the air to air heating system. It will happen, but it will take its own time. But we are investing sufficiently in R&D, sufficiently in manufacturing, so that.
Is there any plan to increase to Middle East, decreases to the Middle East market and Africa? Is there any development on that?
Some small quantities are being, but we don't have the first of all the capacity itself. Indian market itself, as I told you, we are running tight. And it is not any of the products in air conditioning refrigeration is not, you cannot replicate other country. You have to do a redesign and test for the energy level.
Sir, is there any R&D work is going on for solar powered room air conditioners?
Not yet, sir, because it is not yet commercially viable.
Sir, states like Tamil Nadu are mulling on the idea of district cooling system.
I'm not able to.
So, like Tamil Nadu is mulling on the idea of district cooling system. Would such principles by state governments have an effect on your room air conditioners?
Excellent question. So it is not to do with residences cannot be done by district cooling. What they mean is this is a new development that is taking place. Let us say, for example, OMR. There are many IT buildings or research centers or hotels are coming up. They are all installing today a chiller and a chilled water system, which the government is mulling over. A policy will be announced post the elections. Any new commercial district that is coming, it has to be equipped with a district cooling system, and chilled water will be supplied through a pipe to each of the buildings, like electricity. And that debate is, that decision is yet to be taken, but it's a good decision. If it happens, residences you cannot use it. You cannot, your system is not chilled water, then converting the chilled water into chilled air. It is meant for a hotel like this. So in a new place, it will buy chilled water, pay by liter of chilled water, then it will use air conditioning. If it happens, it is again good for Blue Star because we manufacture chillers meant for district cooling. We are also a contractor to do the distribution. And we expect some announcements to be made by August, September. And even World Bank is working with Government of India to introduce that.
So, what is the percentage of your localization, sir? Maybe in a Sri City plant or?
The product is made fully here. The imports are connected with the compressors. And within compressors, roughly this year around 70% of the compressors are being
made locally.
being
Sourced locally, yes.
Locally. And all of us import copper tubes from outside, all the manufacturers. It's not made in India. 2025, it is likely India makes copper tubes. Chips come from outside the country. It is not available. Again, 4-5 years, God knows what it will be.
So what about Tamil Nadu's performance?
Can we-
Last question, Tamil Nadu?
Tamil Nadu's performance?
Tamil Nadu's state performance.
Yeah.
This is Tamil
Tamil Nadu
Nadu.
performance. Yeah.
Tamil Nadu, we are doing extremely well. One of the largest players, and Bidian sir is mentioning about the market shares. We are already crossed 15% shares in Tamil Nadu.
Mr. Deenadayalan is here, so.
All India is 50%.
Okay. No. Our market share, Tamil Nadu contributes to share of Tamil Nadu is 11% of all India. If 100 ACs are sold in India, Tamil Nadu sells 11 air conditioners. That is, if I answered your question.
Tamil Nadu state.
Yes, that's right.